The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the affiliate webinar. I'm not sure why all of us were in a competition to not talk, but we have Aaron Andrews and Josh Jacobs and Kevin Hokoana, the amazing man himself, on here. I am kind of the meager self who announces these wonderful people's presence. We also have an uninvited guest, but it's a guest that we need to acknowledge. We also have Kenia Lu on here. She might unmute herself and maybe teach us something about all the wonderful things that she knows from running a pretty successful affiliate team and also running a pretty successful mindset training thing these days. But in general, we have some pretty incredible updates for you guys, pretty great training for you guys as well. But most importantly, we are going to be revealing a piece of the change that's coming to DSD that we have teased about and hinted about for a while, which involves things related to retirement packages, higher payouts, true income levels, and all sorts of glorious things like that, which I think most people want to hear about and like hearing about. So I'm going to pause and not talk about those things because a good marketer always keeps that for the end, so you guys have to stick around for that information. And meanwhile, Josh, Kevin, and Aaron are going to introduce themselves and maybe talk about some actual really good stuff. So guys, if you want to introduce yourself and just buy some time so I can prepare the real info. I'm sorry. I'm just in an horrible mood. I should not be doing this. Please go ahead.
We're in a good mood tonight, everybody. We do have a lot of stuff that we want to show you guys. That but real quick, who here is new to being an affiliate with DS? Because a lot of this stuff is going to be updates that we're going to be rolling out that you guys get to see. Okay, cool. And I want to see those of you who are new to the affiliate program. Awesome, beautiful, beautiful. So we tend to have a good time. We tend to kind of kick back on these webinars because this is our family, right? This is especially the affiliate side for me. This is where I live. This is where I love to be, helping out the affiliates grow the company, grow their businesses, and really take a lot of stuff and just build it out and get their incomes to higher levels while they're leveraging the e-commerce side of DS Domination. So what you're going to see tonight, partially, is going to be some new things, new ranks that we're introducing into DS, new pools that we're introducing into DS, and that's not the pool you go swimming in. It's the kind of pool that makes you a bunch of money because you're at a certain rank. We're going to show you how you can break even and then get into profitability on the affiliate side of the house. And you're kind of, if you're new to this stuff, if you're new to DS Domination, the affiliate side of the house, then this is just a perfect time for you to walk into this as we roll out some more enhancements, right? As we go ahead and bring more money into the affiliate side of the house. And Josh, you're privy, and Aaron and Kenya, you're all privy to a lot of the stuff that we've been doing on the back end. And so without revealing any details of what we're about to roll out, how excited are you guys for this, for what we're about to do?
Very, very, very excited. I'm really, really excited. I think that this is going to take a lot of people's businesses to the next level, and it's going to be something that, it doesn't matter how, if you can recruit 1,000 people or a couple of people, it's something where I think a lot more people are going to be seeing a lot of success on the affiliate side.
Awesome, Aaron.
Yeah, I mean, same here. You can do less. We can do more with less here. You're going to make more money with less people, so it's going to really, really help the little guy out. Like the people that are brand new that you just mentioned, they're in for a real treat. Plus the veterans like myself, Josh, and Kenya, and a lot of the other people, we're in for a great treat too. I'm really, really excited to watch this roll out.
Awesome, awesome. And I tell you, right now the compensation plan that we have and the structure that we have is really it's more to the person who can recruit a lot of people, and we do have people in here that have recruited thousands of folks. I think Aaron and Josh and Kenya have recruited well over 500, 600, 700 people into this company, which is ridiculous. You know, I mean, you don't see that out there in our industry. But what we're moving towards, and what you're going to see kind of play out over the next couple weeks and months, as we get closer to the event, is a way for you to really sponsor 2 people and be able to have a very, very successful business that's very, very profitable for you if you leverage it right, right? And so when I see people like Ryan York on here, who comes in and puts 9 people into DS Domination right out the gate within weeks, it's awesome, because I know, and you're going to learn, why that effort and why what you're doing there is going to can potentially be worth tens of thousands of dollars to you down the road. So pretty cool, pretty cool. I think you guys will love some of the enhancements that we're making. And when Hitesh is ready, we're gonna talk a little bit about those. We're also going to talk a little bit about.
I've been ready the whole time.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So in that case, then I'll let you go ahead and take it away, my friend.
All right. Beautiful. Well, I would like to begin with actually something that everybody has been asking for updates on, which is the affiliate co-op. And this is actually live inside the Aweber account, where we are running all the co-op traffic for you guys. As you can see, yesterday we had 1,100 leads. Today we have 606 leads so far. We'll probably end up somewhere around 800 to 900 leads today. All of these leads are basically being generated for you guys at no effort from you, hopefully, other than maybe slight anxiety. Other than that, I don't think you have anything to do. You will basically log into your account, go to affiliate, Aweber leads. Not everybody is going to be able to access that page immediately. That depends on how far ago your first lead came into the app capture pages. When you access this page, you will just click on this button that says right here, process. When you click on this, you'll be able to see all of your leads. So if you want to import them somewhere, if you want to mail them yourself, you have the luxury to do so. You have the ability to do so. But we are doing a follow-up with you guys. Kevin just added a 30-day follow-up to all of the leads. So they're all being followed up with on your behalf. I'm interested to see if any of you have actually checked into that at all, or if you've ever been a part of co-op before, anything like that. It's pretty cool. So like I said, if you are you are not allowed to see this page, that's fine. Just wait about 48 hours. Okay? In about 48 hours, everybody will be able to access it, because by that time, everybody will have received at least 1 or 2 leads. Okay? So that's the only reason why you're not seeing it yet. So don't panic about it, don't worry about it, don't do anything with that. Now, one of the critical things is that going forward, we will be switching over the co-op as something that we offer to all affiliates, from that to affiliates who are going to be coming to our events and things like that, because we want to make sure that we have a core family team. And even if you can't come to the event, when you get a ticket, for example, we at least know that these are the people who are super serious about it. Okay, so make sure, we'll talk about that a little bit more detail here soon, but make sure that you understand that this co-op is quite a privilege. And now I'm going to talk about why this co-op is even a necessity, and the somewhat terrifying part about it. So the co-op is a necessity because in our current compensation plan, which is really an anti-MLM kind of compensation plan, is what we went for from the very beginning. And quite honestly, our focus has never really been on building a company that is entirely based on the affiliate side. It's been based on the e-commerce side. The top people who make money on the e-commerce side make a lot more than our affiliate side right now, by far, and that's by design. Okay, we wanted a company like that, and that's what we built. But there are significant challenges for affiliates right now. I'm going to walk through those challenges, and I'm going to ask you guys that if you really relate with these challenges, please, let us know in the comments here. So the first issue that I have, and the reason why a co-op even exists, is you really need 100+ personal sales, basically referrals. Okay, so you need 100+ personal referrals if you expect to make a full-time income off of DST, and that's actually an obscene number for people like Kevin and I, and everybody else on this call, Aaron and Josh and Kenya. That's an achievable number, doable number that we talk about, but that's really, in the context of companies as a whole, kind of really obscene. And and I hope you guys understand that. Who here thinks that this is really, really a very difficult thing to achieve? Yes, very good. So hopefully people understand. This is a kind of difficult number to achieve, and it's a numbers game, right? That people are a limited resource, traffic is a limited resource, and if everybody needs 100 people, then those 100 people are going to need 10,000 people, and those 10,000 people are going to need 1,000,000 people, and so on and so forth. And that's really not good. That's not how things should work. The other problem in the structure is that you really, really get away from building a team and helping one another, because majority of your payout is really stacked in the top 2 levels, right? Top 2 levels, in fact, just the top 1 level incorporates majority of the payout. So when we look at this, what do you think somebody like us really says to ourselves? Because we talk about this all the time. We want a company that works for the average person. So the question that comes out very simply is, okay, what does the average person do when it comes to online marketing? How many referrals can they generate, and how many people can they bring in? What does it look like? And the numbers are actually quite predictably low. It's 2.4 people are referred on average by someone in any company, okay, not just online company, but any other company. So we have a very simple challenge in front of us. The challenge is, can we build a compensation plan which requires only 2.4 referrals and yet allows you to make at least a 6-figure income a year fairly quickly? That's basically the challenge, and the idea, and the question is, can we actually make that happen? Then we have one other challenge, which is, since we know the average person refers only 2.4 people, and we also know the average person spends roughly between 90 to 120 days in any company, okay, again, we're talking across the board in any company, that's how much time the average person spends. Can we find a way that a person refers 2.4 people and it's going to spend 90 days in here? Can we make it so that it's at least break even or profitable for them right out the gate? Okay, this is inclusive of the affiliate fee. This is inclusive of their minimal costs that they would have for advertising and so on. And that's basically what we tried to build. So it looks like we've been quite successful at it, and that's why we have been discussing this quite a bit and trying to come up with something that balances both of these things. Because if you build a system that allows you to earn a lot of money, typically it means you can't break even quickly. And that's what we've been trying to fix and trying to go around. So here is what we have been able to accomplish with that. So in this new system, we will be going by ranks, okay? And I'm just going to disclose the first 3 ranks. And there are a lot of different ways to make money in here, but I'm just going to show the first 3 ranks. And here are essentially what your first 3 ranks look like, okay? And these first 3 ranks, as you can see, this rank literally means somebody who has referred 2 users. There is one more interesting thing about this. You will notice that nowhere does it say if you refer 2 people who are at least at the elite level or 2 people who are at least at whatever level. We also realized that it is somewhat intrinsically unfair, and not necessarily unfair, there are both ways to argue it, but that it may not be the best thing to ask people to own products before they can refer a sale of that level, right? I mean, right now, if you want to earn commissions on the elite level, then you have to refer somebody, you have to own elite level before you refer somebody at that level. And you will not see any of those conditions over here anymore. We were able to work it out in a way that you can get rid of that. So essentially, if you are somebody who refers just 2 people, which is what majority of people do, which is what the average user does, that immediately qualifies you for something called the beginner bonus pool, which allows you to get $600 over your lifetime just from this, okay, just from this beginner bonus pool. And then as you move up, and these are all very achievable little things, and we're not going to disclose all the details yet because we need to code this all out, work this all out, and some of this will be disclosed at the event itself. But as you go up, you can earn more and more from just this one component of it, which allows you to break even or be even profitable right out the gate, the second you have 2 referrals, which is something that doesn't happen in our current comp plan, even with 50% commissions on the first level, you don't see that happening unless you own that product yourself and all that other kind of shenanigans. You can actually make that happen here. So who does that sound somewhat exciting to? Okay, who thinks that that's kind of a nice thing to be doing and to get away to do? Awesome. You see that? See, everybody likes the idea of getting to break even or profitability as quickly as possible. That's really what this is designed to do, get you to break even and profitability as quickly as possible. The other thing that you are designed to do in here is, and as you heard me say this, hopefully that kind of kicked in. What did I say? I said, if you get 2 referrals, you get to the stage. You're already qualified for this. That results in something called duplication for the average user. That does not happen in our system right now. In our system right now, you do not see this kind of duplication happening because there is no defined goal. There is no defined behavior. This defines a very simple behavior. Join DS Domination, start building your e-commerce business, refer to users, okay? It could be to friends that you work with. And I mean, who here has not talked about DST to at least 2 people? Because seriously, anybody who tries DST talks about it to at least a couple of people. You get 2 people in, and you immediately have profitability from 1 more income stream. Do you think that excites people and gets them to duplicate that? Do you think it gets the other people to go, oh, that's all I need to do to have this platform at basically no cost? I would do that, and that results in a behavior change and really helps do this very, very easily. So that's one critical factor here that really kicks things off. And again, as you move up the ranks, you can earn even more from this particular pool and the builder bonus and so on and so forth. The other thing that we have a problem with, and I referenced this a little bit earlier, is this particular fact that majority of the income is stacked right here. It's stacked in one place. In fact, no matter how nice somebody is and how kind somebody is, and the people who are on this call with us are generally nice people, generally. I'm sorry, they're very nice people. But what do you think happens when they get somebody on their level 9 in DST? Do you think it really, really incentivizes them financially to really go out and pour all their help into this person? It doesn't. It really, really doesn't. Because at level 9, they're getting what, 1%? That means when they get somebody at pro level, at level 9, they're getting 20 cents. Okay? I mean, that won't incentivize any of you on this call, I'm sure. So that's a problem. That's something that needs to be addressed. And the other problem is it basically prevents them from building deep. What will often happen is you have these guys on here who are tremendous marketers. They know how to market. Do you think it is in their favor to teach other people how to market, or is it in their favor to market themselves? They will obviously try and market themselves. I mean, and like I said, these people are nice people, so they've shared a lot of the information with you guys, and we have shared a lot of training with you guys. But do you think it benefits them to create competition for themselves when all they can do is really make money from their top 2 levels? They're not going to want to do that. They're going to want to keep all of that marketing material to themselves and keep all of these co-ops and little traffic sources to themselves. And that's why in other companies you see that teams run their own co-ops. In our case, you have the company running the co-op because it doesn't incentivize team leaders to actually run that. Okay, it's just a financial fact. It's not a moralistic position at all. It's just a little fact of what the compensation plan rewards right now. So we wanted to get rid of that. And we wanted to create a system where, one, you could go unlimited levels deep, and it still helps you equally. That even if you have somebody who joins you at your level 20 and does well, it still benefits you pretty much the same way that somebody does when you refer them on your level 2 or level 3 or level 5 or whatever. So unlimited depth was another thing that we really wanted to incorporate. So we have actually been able to do that too. That's why we're talking about it, right? Otherwise, I would completely skip that. But we've been able to create this compensation plan to reward unlimited depth, go as deep as possible, and doesn't have the requirement of you to own the product yourself before somebody else joins. And that makes sense, right? I mean, you can't control who's going to join 25 levels from you, so there's no reason to have that restriction anymore. So you can be at any level you are, and yet somebody else can come at a higher level from you, and you still get rewarded for it pretty much equally. okay? Not just pretty much, exactly equally. So that also eliminates one of the problems that you might have seen with FTC and VMA and stuff like that. One of the problems that happens there is garaging, where people are buying products just to qualify for commissions. And it doesn't happen with DST because we have a real product and we are more customer-centric, but it also, on paper, this also eliminates that particular issue completely. Okay, so is that kind of clear? Does that also sound kind of an exciting part of what we're trying to do? Very nice. Slowly, people's doubts are melting away. I think a lot of people were in the beginning kind of like, okay, they're gonna come out here and they're gonna say, we're changing the comp plan now. Company makes everything. But that's not what we're doing. This is genuinely something that's going to be good for all of you guys. Okay, so moving on. Now we have accomplished a few things. We have been able to address the problem of unlimited depth. We've been able to address the problem of getting to break even quickly. We've been able to address the problem of requiring a tremendous number of referrals to be able to actually build a real organization. Now we have one more critical thing, which I kind of teased about a little bit on Facebook before, which is what happens with retirement. Like, you don't want to be running in this 40 hours a week, crazy for the next 20 years. I don't think anybody wants to do that. And that is precisely what somehow these MLM companies that are preaching freedom to everyone expect. They actually expect that you're going to hit some major ranks, big ranks. They're going to call you like triple diamond, emerald, sapphire, or something like that. Apparently, they really like carbonation of materials at high pressure and density. But anyways, they basically want to award you these ranks, but only if you keep working like crazy and keep building bigger and bigger and bigger teams. And it's very rare for anybody to get to a retirement level income. So we have also been able to address that. Okay, and the way we have addressed that is pretty unique. It's kind of fun because we feel like we have something that nobody else has really been able to do, and that is basically something that happens at slightly higher ranks, yet very, very achievable ranks. In fact, there are people who are pretty close to hitting these ranks already in DST right now. And I'm just going to show you guys one little clip, so we don't give away all the names and stuff of everything. I'm going to show you just a piece of that. And here is what's happening at these ranks. Okay, so these are one-time bonuses, and basically bonuses for hitting a rank and maintaining that rank. And what's happening here is, there's a rank, very achievable rank, where you get $10,000, and then you get $20,000 and then $70,000. These are cumulative bonuses that you're getting in addition to everything else. But then notice something interesting starts happening. You get $150,000, but then you also get paid $25,000 a year, even if you stop building. Even if you drop from that rank after you've qualified for it, even if you drop from that rank, even if you stop building the affiliate site, even if you said, you know what, I'm done, I'm going on a vacation, you are still going to be receiving $25,000 a year in income. And that's going to last 2 years. This one is going to last, I believe it was 3 years or 5 years. This one over here lasts 7 years. So you can actually, every company somehow expects people to hit a rank, which is very difficult to do, and then maintain that rank forever. When we know that products go out of trend, when products do not continue like that, and the average person is already not making money in these things, so it's nearly impossible to maintain these kind of teams over a long period of time. And what we are doing is saying, listen, you hit this rank, you've maintained the rank, you've gotten this nice big bonus, but guess what? You really helped build our company. Now it's time for you, if you want to take some time off, maybe there's a medical issue that happened, maybe you just want a vacation, or maybe you want to focus on your e-commerce business more now, or maybe you want to just do something else entirely. Okay, maybe you want to move to Belize and live on the beach, or maybe you want to attend mindset training instead of actually building a real business. Either way, you can take time off and you still get paid per year after that. Okay, so this is your future earning, $150,000 a year for the next 7 years and so on. And these are not impossible to achieve numbers. When we reveal the whole breakdown to you, you guys will hopefully be quite surprised and quite shocked with how this is being done and how it's happening. Now there's obvious question. Okay, so hopefully you're all smart people on here. Okay, hopefully you're all questioning something. You guys should be going, okay, surely there has to be something else at play here for us to be able to pull this massive entity off, this massive change off, and to make such a tremendously rewarding program. And this is not even 50% of the compensations so far. Okay, surely there must be something else that's coming out here that will allow this to happen. And it's true, there is something else that's happening, that's coming on play, that's becoming a part of this whole thing, that's making this happen. In other companies, that usually means they're going to launch a starter pack of $4,000, or somebody's going to launch a coaching of $10,000 to scam people. Okay, that's usually how they do stuff. That's not what's happening here. And I gave some details and a little bit of hints about this before as well. What we are essentially doing is we are taking a big step towards becoming kind of our own Amazon or Shopify or eBay or something like that, where we are going to be allowing people the opportunity to sell directly through us. Now, you might remember, if you were at the last event, I talked about vendor search and I talked about IDP co-ops. Well, as we started building those things out, we realized that we could build those things out entirely within DS Domination itself. Okay, so for example, we can actually import products and have these products made available inside of DS Domination. Hundreds of thousands, actually now somewhere in the millions of products that you can actually source from DST itself. You can sell them out there. You can drop ship them directly from DST. You can FBA them directly from DST. You have all of these options. So for example, you can select this product. You can look at this product. Oh, I can get this for less than $1 each, and I can sell it on Amazon right now for $7.90 or something like that. You can even buy them by cases and send the case of it right into Amazon directly without ever having to touch it, without ever having to ship it. Even if you're international, you could do it. So stuff like that. Again, that becomes a massive revenue source for DST. And when you make sales from our internal marketplace, we count that as volume to help you reach your ranks. Okay, so open your mind a little bit. We are no longer just talking about you guys generating volume / commissions to help you hit ranks. We're no longer talking about that coming just from referring people to DST. We're talking about that also coming from you guys and people in your downline also using DST as a marketplace and sourcing products from DST itself. You already know about the transactional fee stuff. When you sell something and your downline sells something on eBay or Amazon, we have transactional stuff going on there. This is in addition to that, but then it gets even better. You or your downline can also publish digital products. So early on, we were like, oh, we're going to build this integration with JVZoo and ClickBank and all this stuff. And then as we built that whole thing out, we were like, hold on a second. Why would we want our customers to go out there and use another platform and send all their traffic and send all their leads to somebody else who's then going to spam them every day, because that's what these companies do, spam them with new products every single day. So we actually ended up building out a digital product marketplace within DST as well. So people will be able to launch their own digital products within DST to everybody, not just to DST members, which is already great enough. I mean, we have 130,000 buyers nearly in the system, but to everybody else out there as well. Okay, so this is now enlarging the whole economic pie of DST to a tremendous new level. This is no longer a small little, all right, we have a training program where we have somebody talking about how to sell on eBay, let's recruit people in here. That's not what's happening. We're talking about a full-fledged actual platform where you can buy, sell to consumers, to other dropshippers, get products from dropshippers, get products from other suppliers, all of that stuff within one roof. And every activity within this one roof, all of that contributes to your volume. That is what allows us to do this fun stuff where we can actually build a system that rewards people for these things. That's designed for average people. So we built a customer product that works for the average person, and now we're building a compensation side that works for the average person. And this is basically how things play out. So let me pause. Let me ask you, so far things are somewhat exciting, and if this is kind of making a little bit more sense and kind of helping you see why we are very excited about what's coming up over the next year or so. And this is not coming over the year. I'm just saying we're excited about what's going to happen over the year because we are making this stuff live pretty quickly. Okay? So hopefully a little bit more of that caution is dropping and a little bit more excitement is creeping in. But we have to keep this in mind, okay? we're doing all of this stuff, and we're putting on all of the stuff, but you guys are affiliates, okay? You have to understand that you still need a little bit of effort from your part. You still want to get some sales in, you still want to refer some basic people in, and then you want to help them do that too. We have a very simple behavior pattern now in DST. The behavior pattern is this: get 2.4 people in. That does not mean that you need to get people who are very short in. That means that you need to get 2 people in or more. You get those people in, or you could get 1 person and a Josh in, that counts too. But sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Maybe I should have, I don't know. It's up to how Josh takes it. But anyways, the point is that you can actually bring people in and have a very simple behavior pattern. You bring in 2 people, you're going to help them, okay, directly. That's going to be your focus. Your focus is now not, I put 2 people in, let me go recruit 98 others. Your focus is, I brought these 2 people in, I'm beginner bonus qualified, I'm going to help them set up their e-commerce business, because guess what, if they become e-commerce rock stars, that also contributes to my income. I'm going to help them set up their e-commerce business, and then tell them and help them become beginner bonus qualified. Very simple duplication, very simple thing to achieve, and that's all there is to it. Okay, it's just such a simple behavior pattern. So now we've addressed the problem of, do we have a behavior pattern and a very simple message? The simple message of bring 2 people, okay, just generate 2 referrals, help them set up their system, help them get 2 people, and your job for the most part is kind of done. That right there can naturally grow into a tremendous organization, unlimited levels deep. Who cares how deep it goes? Who cares how far it goes? You get to break even much more quickly than you did before. You get to run all sorts of wonderful things at the same time. You could bring in 1 person who, or maybe you don't, but somebody else, somebody in your organization brings in 1 person who just goes out there and publishes a video series that becomes popular, and they sell $100,000 worth of that eBay series, that video series, and that generates a tremendous volume for you and helps you hit higher ranks. Now, here's another thing that starts happening. When we have an event, our event tickets go in the DST marketplace instead, and people can now purchase our event tickets from the marketplace. So when somebody in your downline purchases an event ticket, that counts as volume for you as well. And you get to bring them to the event. That also helps you qualify. That also helps them qualify, helps other people qualify, and so on and so forth. So it's just going to be a complete game changer in the way you think, in the way you behave, in the way your teams behave, in the way you run them, and in the way you actually treat this like a real business instead of a side fun thing that you also do. Because this is the place that's going to bring you a tremendous retirement income. This is the place that's going to bring you a tremendous e-commerce business. It's also going to be the place that's going to help you generate those bill-paying necessary income right out the gate as well. And as you see this whole rollout, as you see all of the details come out of this, I think you'll be pretty shocked. Just letting you guys know, we've already shown these details to some of the very top people in other MLM companies and so on. And everybody who has seen this has basically said, you know why? I mean, I'm serious, okay? This is honest truth. We've had about 60 to 70%, and Kevin, you can maybe back this up and talk about this a bit in your soothing voice of an Air Force veteran who is a lot more respected than a random Indian guy. The people that we've shown this to have by and large said, you know, we've been watching DST for 2 years. We've been very tempted. We love the company. We love the idea. We love you guys. We've seen you build a customer-based company, which is an anomaly, which never happens in this industry. And we've always wanted to jump in, but we can't because it's not cash flow positive. Because it's so difficult to build a successful business when you're getting paid $10 on a sale. Sometimes you spend more than that just in the ad costs alone, and you don't see any duplication because your comp plan is really not geared towards that. That is what they all said. And once we showed them this new compensation plan, they all said, if all you had was this comp plan, we would be in here because this is the best thing we've ever seen in this industry, you know, hands down. So Kev, maybe you can mention that a little bit, and then I'll cover 2 final pieces of this, which will hopefully take this to a new level for you, all of you as well.
Well, I'll tell you, at our last event, we had some folks that were, you know, came to watch and wanted to see what we were doing. and they were shocked because the vast majority of our members were in profit, and they hadn't seen that because typically in most network marketing companies or MLMs, you're relying just on the compensation plan, and typically in those MLMs, you have 90 some odd % of the people that aren't even making enough money to make their payment in the company, which is horrible. And so when they came and saw what we were doing, they were backstage watching us walk up on stage and asking who's making money. Once they wrapped their head around that, they were just, okay, how do we get involved with this? And these are people who can bring in massive amounts of folks into DS and grow this company out as well. But the compensation plan was not conducive because, again, it goes back to you have to recruit a lot of people in order to make an income. With DS, because we've been so focused on the customer aspect, and now that we have that where we want it, plus we have enhancements coming out, now that we got that where we want it, it's time to focus a little bit on the affiliate side of the house and make sure that you have the compensation plan that you can drive massive growth, that you can make a lot of money if you only sponsor 2 people, which is the industry average. The way we look at this is, okay, someone coming in here that can only do 2 people, can they make life-changing money with this? And the answer right now in the DS Domination comp plan is absolutely not. So these changes are meant to and are required in order to make sure that when we ask that question again, can someone come in here, put 2 people in, and make a extraordinary amount of money? The answer is now yes. Yes, they can. And that's where we're going to. That's where we're going to be. And, when you look at the entire comp plan breakdown, when we release the whole thing, when we walk you guys through all this, it really is based off of a couple things. 1, can we make you money with 2 people? Check, got that. 2, are we driving the behaviors that is going to encourage your organizations and your teams, no matter how big or how small they are, to duplicate? And if they duplicate, are you going to be rewarded in the right manner for that duplication? And what we have now is the answer is yes. The answer that was no. We don't have that. Because, again, if I bring in somebody and they go crazy and they bring in a bunch of people and my organization grows, the person on my level 7 or 8 or 9 or 10, you're not even looking to really dig down and help them out because, hey, you're only getting a small percentage. What if we flip that and made it so someone deep in your organizations that is going big, you can now work with them and help them out, help them grow, help them build, and it will be financially to your benefit. So there's a lot of things at play in this comp plan, but at the end of the day, the takeaway that I want you guys to really focus on is 2 things. 1, someone can come in here, refer a couple of people, and make money. Be into profit. Right now, if you do that, you're breaking even. Maybe. You're close to breaking even. But in this comp plan, you can actually make a profit doing that. Number 2, you can go ahead and you can get $10,000 in money, one-time bonuses that are going to help you just basically get money in your pocket for hitting a very specific rank, a very achievable rank, $10,000 in your pocket. Number 3, if you build out a big organization, a huge team, then you're going to be rewarded in a way that no other company has done. Every other company says, if you cannot maintain a rank and you lose that rank, that's it, you don't get paid that bonus. What we do here is we flip it and say, you know what, if life happens and you work hard, you bust your butt for a few years and you get to a certain rank, or even a few months, if you get to a certain rank and we have a retirement bonus attached to that, and you can't maintain that rank because life happens, we're still going to pay you. We're going to honor you because you did the work. And that's something that no other company does. I've never seen a company that's going to pay you a bonus for 2 years, 3 years, a year, 5 years, 10 years for a rank that you hit and couldn't maintain. It doesn't happen. And we like to put ourselves in the shoes of our affiliates and say, look, if I got to this level and I lost it, I would love to know that there's guaranteed income coming in, because then I don't have to go look for the next greatest thing to reinvigorate my team. I don't have to go anywhere, and that's where we're headed. So, yes, sir.
Okay.
Yep.
So why don't you explain a little bit about what you just said about you put yourself in the shoes of the affiliate, because that kind of hits home with me, because you do put yourself in the shoes of the affiliate because you were an affiliate and these things did happen to you.
They did,
Hitting,
yeah.
hitting ranks and losing ranks and
Yeah.
not being able to get them back. So.
Well, one of the biggest problems when we talk about hitting ranks and losing ranks, and this happened to me quite, it happened to everybody in many companies that I've seen, been a part of, spoken about, been in, experienced. You got these companies where it's this giant amount of money to come in, upwards of $2,500 in some companies to come in, but next month you're only paying in $80. So that puts you in a position where you hit a rank in a company, and then you can lose it the next month, and maybe you'll never get it back, but maybe you will. Maybe you'll end up getting it back over time, but the point is you've lost the rank because so much money was required to come in the front end, and that propped up your rank. We don't have that, number one, so that when you hit in a rank inside of DS Domination, it is insanely achievable to hit it the next month. It's actually, we would expect that. In other companies, they expect you to not hit that rank, and that's called breakage. And that's a way for them to not pay you, and that disgusts me. I mean, I don't want to, go down this road too far, but some of the practices that I see out there really, to me, are just, why would you set someone else to fail like that? They set people. Attach just okay. I'm getting the whisper to go down that road. So okay, I will go down a little bit down that road. It's horrible because I was in a network marketing company, and within 30 days I went to one of the pinnacle ranks, and the next month I couldn't hold on to it because those ranks came in. I hit those ranks because of high amounts of money on the front end. Right, $500 to get in the door. The next month, that person's paying $150. So I didn't have the volume requirements to hit the rank the second month, and so I lost out on a bunch of money that was in the bonus plan. I should have made that money, but I didn't because the companies stack everything against you, and we see this over and over again. Whenever I talk to leaders, they say, "Look, my biggest problem is that my leaders can't hit ranks, and it's getting horrible. They can't hit the ranks. They hit it 1 month, they lose it, they lose a bunch of money." So the compensation plan that we built out makes sure that if you hit a rank, you can stick there. There's stickiness. There's no artificial inflation of you hitting that rank. And that's going to play big into the leaders that are going to come in here, and that's going to play big into your lives when you hit a rank in a company and you get a $10,000 check cut to you from DS Domination. Okay, and when you hit some of the higher ranks and you get a $100,000 check cut from DS Domination, and we say, oh, by the way, you maintain this for a year, not year consecutively, 12 months, just 12 months, and you know what, we're going to pay you for the next couple of years. Why would we do that? Because we know that life happens. We've seen teams fall apart in other companies. We've seen leaders drop off just a little bit and lose a lot. And we're not going to put anyone in that position. We're going to make sure that people have the income that they need to grow this company, to grow and to provide for their families, for goodness sakes. And we've seen too much in the industry out there where they make a compensation plan, they pay out 35% of that comp plan back out to the field. And then people get paraded on stage as being multimillionaires in the company. You know what we get to do? We get to pay out double that because our product is digital. So what do you think happens when you have owners and you have leaders in a company that say, we want to pay out double the industry average, double it, and get rid of all these breakages that are going to hurt people? What do you end up with? You end up with a compensation plan that everyone's going to flood into and want to build. And then you stack a product behind it that people are doing 6 figures a month. This is it. This is game. It's game over. Okay, so if you've been in network marketing companies before, welcome home. You're here. This is it, guys. So that's all I got to say.
That is so beautiful. That is so beautiful. We're going to record that. We're going to play that when you run for president as your speech, as your announcement speech. No, look, here's the thing. Think of the average company's compensation plan as the tax code. It is made purposely to be very, very difficult to understand because they don't want the average guy to win, and they want the people who can pay their big guys to figure out all the loopholes to benefit a few individuals. That's basically how it runs. Okay, that's literally how it is designed. And we actually brought in the guys who actually write the compensation plan / the tax code for these other companies, and we told them, we said, this is what we're going to do. In fact, you remember, Kev, so when this idea of having a retirement thing came in my head, we add that in there, and then Kevin and I were discussing that, and we brought in these guys, and we said, okay, what do you think about this? And they were just like, nobody's ever done that, guys. We don't know if this can be done. This is kind of out there. But it was, it was kind of a really good day, because that's when their view about us changed, because they're used to working with people who are looking to put in the loopholes to prevent people from making money. And we were telling them, no. We want a compensation plan that is designed to help the average guy, not the other way around. So that's what's beautiful. But here's how that ties into the next two things, okay, actually the next three things. So one other problem that we have in our system as a whole is the first step, the very first beginning step in our company right now is solely about selling on eBay. Now that presents a few challenges. First of all, some people might not like eBay. Then there are other people who just have been suspended from eBay or whatever. Third problem, we have people who are international and so on. But another problem that we have is the average person's comprehension of selling online. They have a difficult time grasping when we talk about, hey, why are we, what do you mean retail arbitrage? So you're getting a product from here to there, blah, blah, blah. It's hard for them to comprehend it. And I know that for most of you, because you already understand the concept, it seems hard. Okay, it seems hard to comprehend why it would be hard for somebody else to understand it. But it is, okay, for many people it is. People in the offline world, it's just hard for them to understand. So we are actually going to be moving some things around in the structure of the company, and the very beginning step will actually include selling on eBay, as well as what is currently known as Genesis Easy, which is shopping parties. And here's how that's going to be run. It's going to be run through an app that we will release by the end of this year. And this app is going to allow you to set up different shopping parties, take people on shopping parties if you want to, go with other people on these shopping parties, and it's basically going to be what we're doing at the event. Giant shopping parties. You're going to go make money from these shopping parties as well, in addition to selling on eBay. That really simplifies our message, because now our message becomes, take two of your friends on a shopping party, make money together, and you have at this point already qualified on your affiliate side. You have already helped them set up their business. They are in profits. They are making money now on the e-commerce side. And guys, it doesn't matter if they're an affiliate or not. They just have to be a customer. Now they're using the system and they're generating volume for you, even if they never bring anybody in. Even if no duplication happened from them, they're still generating volume for you, because now they're actively selling. So we're going to bring in the shopping parties to this level, including our new app. And we're going to be adding in a couple other nice little surprise bonuses. We'll announce those at the event itself. But this is one of the big reasons why we're actually doing these parties, doing these large shopping trips at the event itself, to basically create the environment and basically make people see how exciting these things are. It sets the tone for the new behavior, which is to go sell on eBay. Obviously sell on eBay. That is amazing. Do some shopping party at the same time, because that kickstarts you down the track for Amazon. So this includes one more platform right away. It also includes selling on eBay, just as it does right now, and all that good stuff. It just creates a very, very strong environment for everybody to grow together, to earn from many different sources together. You get benefits from that as an affiliate, as well as it creates a very, very easily duplicable system. We have seen very strange companies. In fact, one of the companies that Kevin was just talking about, where he did really well, but then couldn't hold on to the ranks because of their compensation plan. And this is all the evil stuff that made me hate MLM before. This is why I never got into all that stuff. But basically their product was geared towards weight loss. And they did something, Kevin, didn't they did something like $100 million in a month or something crazy like that?
It was absolutely ridiculous, yeah. And hey, real quick, you might have your screen paused if you're trying to show something else.
Yeah, I was writing stuff, yes.
Okay.
So yes, I was showing some stuff, but here you go, now you can see it, and I'll show it again. But here's what happens with these companies. They have these the whole idea is to grow locally and to duplicate. And their product was geared around doing these parties where you tried to, I think, make sure that everybody in your neighborhood was losing weight together. It was very strange to me. And I remember having this conversation with Kevin. I told him, I said, I'm sorry, I can't join you in this company, not only from all these other reasons, but it's a weird thing. I'm not going to invite my neighbors over and tell them, hey, you guys are kind of overweight, let's lose weight together. That's just absurd. That's just a weird thing to do, right? I mean, I think other than politics and religion, the only other thing that could potentially create such division amongst a neighborhood would be to tell each other that they were fat, I think. So it was weird to me. But yet, they did these tremendous numbers, because the idea is that, honestly, when you get people together, when you have people taking action together, it does create this energy and this momentum that you don't see happen typically. So in our scenario, it's different. We're not going to say, get your friends together so you can all, buy weight loss supplements together or buy containers of plastic together. We are saying, get together so you can all go to your local store and make money. That's a totally different approach. It's going to be very exciting and creates a duplicable method for a behavior pattern. Now, there's one other thing that I mentioned is going to happen at the same time, which I said will help our users basically start selling themselves in the DSD system, which is called the storefront. Now, there's one big reason why we're also putting out the storefront. Anybody who is international, anybody who has difficult time getting in on eBay and Amazon game, they're kind of stuck right now. They can't get approved for PayPal at times. They have difficult times getting through there. So we have built something called the DSD storefront, which allows you to use the DSD platform as a platform to sell on. And then we give you some training alongside it to show you how to generate traffic, how to do drop shipping through the storefront. You can drop ship on here if you want. You can sell your own physical products if you want. You can have pre-purchased products that you ship in. All of those things are options available to you. It's incredible. We've actually been doing a test. We have a group within DSD who's been running a test using a platform that is very similar to how the storefront runs. And let me show you guys what their numbers have been so far. This is just an example of it. I'm going to put this here so you guys can see this clearly. And one more image, okay? Almost done. All right, so these are some of their results using this platform, which is going to function, which functions currently very similarly to how Storefront does. The Storefront is designed a little bit more to encourage drop shipping and encourage some form of marketing. But here are the numbers. These are DSD members currently who are running this stuff. As you can see, this is September 3rd. They did $3,000 in sales and all the stuff. And guess what? Once again, people in your downline, in your entire organization, no matter how many levels deep, when they're using the storefront and running these kind of numbers, all of these numbers, not everything, but the transactional fees that DSD generates from this, all of that also counts as volume in your business to help you hit these ranks as well. So there was a question that I saw earlier about, oh, is this for affiliates only? If I refer an affiliate and the affiliate does this stuff? No. If you refer a customer and the customer is using our platform to generate sales like this, you are still making money on that. So hopefully that's a little bit more of a change of mindset, because you know what happens when FTC and government bodies, rightfully so, look at MLM companies to try and figure out what's wrong with them. They look at a ratio. They look at the ratio of affiliate activity versus retail activity, and they see how much does the company reward retail activity. Here is what we are saying. You get paid on affiliate activity, sure, yep, everybody does that. But then you also get paid on retail activity, which is when you refer retail customers, customers only, not people who are affiliates as well, not people who are recruiting others, but just customers coming to our platform. When you refer them, that retail activity, you also get paid on that. By the way, when these retail customers then retail to the world, we also pay you on that. It gets a little bit better. When you retail to the world and you source items from elsewhere in the world from a different platform, we pay you on that too. Do you think that the government is going to look at this kind of a structure and say, oh, this seems kind of shady, or are they going to look at this and go, this is what we want to see, guys. This is what we are after. We are after a system that's designed around true world value and not around recruitment chains and scams and stuff like that. And by the way, an affiliate compensation plan that's written like the Bill of Rights and not written like our freaking tax code, which is insane. and I do my taxes myself at times. I'm trying to get away from that, but that's one of the reasons why I kind of hate it. So, with all those things clarified and said and laid out for you guys, who is excited about the actual full details of this compensation plan? Who is excited about being able to pull the stuff off? And who is excited about us actually starting to put this all out in true presentation styles with PDFs and so on and so forth that you can go and put it out there. So this is so nice. These are the kind of responses that you all live for.
I can't help myself. I'm so excited.
Hey, Hitesh.
Yep. Yes,
Yeah,
Aaron.
you should be taking a video of this, man. Wow.
Yeah. No, this is great. Look, I knew this would happen. Now, here is what we need you guys to do. Okay. So now it's time for the action stuff. So enough of people sending their comments about drooling and doing other fluid releases from their body. We do not need to see that in the comments. Thank you. Although we get the point, you're very excited. We appreciate that part of it. But let's talk about the real actions that you guys need to start considering right now. First of all, are you aware that we have an affiliate plan right now in place for the upcoming event? Start getting average people to the event. They will make money with the shopping trips, and we will be actually releasing this whole compensation plan, including a lot of the breakdown that you just heard, the difference between what is a successful compensation plan for an average user versus what typically companies do. In fact, we're going to have some people who are very big names in the industry as a whole, who will be actually coming out and talking about some of the stuff openly. Usually they have to be hush-hush about this because they don't want to be, they don't want to be talking this kind of stuff and be caught, because then they have their I don't want to sound bad, but it's like they have their corporate overlords from the MLM ownership who will then punish them because they said something bad about a model. So they have to be very careful about it. But given that we are now coming out with this and we're actually going to be challenging that whole idea, head on, they're actually very excited about coming out. They're actually teaching this stuff, supporting this, and helping everybody succeed in this. So try and get people to this event. Make sure you are at this event. We are not doing the event because we're going to make such insane amount of money off of that, right? We have very minimal fees, and you can imagine between all the transportation costs and shrink wrapping stations and everything else that we're setting up for you, it doesn't go very far for us. We're giving you guys the shopping trips, and we're giving you guys a ton of other benefits when you get there. All the other product stuff that you know about, and we'll make a video and send it out like we typically do, explaining all the benefits. But make sure you are at the event. Make sure you have some people coming to the event. In fact, if you bring some people with you, that covers your fees anyway of their tickets for the event. So try and do that, okay? Try and make sure that you are there. Spread the word on this thing, because we want as much momentum as possible going into this thing, and we absolutely want to take over this entire space as quickly as possible. Not just from a perspective of look at how great our company will be and because we have pride in what we have built, but also from a very genuine perspective of what is the impact on the society as a whole right now of a typical MLM versus what we are building. So let's do whatever we can to genuinely make this the biggest event we've had so far. Just let's do it.
Hey, Hitesh, why don't you give them the link to find out more about the event and to purchase tickets and find out more about it?
I was just about to do that actually.
Awesome.
So the link is mydsevent.com. If you go on there, you will see a page that looks like this. You will hear Kevin say, hey, how are you doing? He's going to tell you who he is, and then he's going to tell you that he is here, because he's going to say, Kevin Hukuana here. And I always think that's awesome.
Yes, because they wouldn't know if I didn't tell them.
I'm Kevin. No, I'm Kevin, and I'm here.
Yeah, they would not know I'm here unless I...
we all say that. We all say that. I just want you to say next time in a video, I want you to say, Kevin Hukuana here, but I'm not there, or something weird like that, just to throw them off and make them realize how we say these weird phrases without even thinking about them. Anyways, you go to this page, you can see all the itinerary, and you can see the whole breakdown of everything and all that good stuff. You can see what you get with the tickets, and then you can also see the actual registration page and all the fun stuff. And you can also see that we've arranged very, very special discounts for you at this hotel. This is one of the biggest hotels in the world as a whole. And they have tremendous things set up for children as well. So if you bring your kids along, they have something set up for Halloween. They have pools heated year-round. You have all sorts of options to do with your children as well. So if that was one of your hang-ups, then don't worry about it. There's plenty to do there. Now, if you cannot attend, okay, I want to make this very clear. If you cannot attend, you will still get all the benefits that are discussed on this page right here. You will still get all of the benefits right here. You still get the recordings of everything. You can still duplicate it and use it as you want. And you still get the early access, and not just the early access, but you also get the free access to the storefront, to the marketplace, to the digital publishing platform. All of these things are going to be given to our ticket holders, not just to everybody else out there. Okay, those are things that are going to be reserved for our ticket holders, especially at the beginning as we go full board into this thing. In addition to that, the co-ops in the future will be limited just to our ticket holders. So if you're an affiliate who's looking to make this big, one of the great things that you can do out there is you can actually tell your downline, you can say, hey, listen, I'm going to be a part of this co-op, and I will send traffic for you as well, since you're in my team, because you only need 2 people, and then they only need to get 2 people. You can help them out, and you can set that up for them as well. And that's one of the big reasons why we chose to make sure that we do this for our event ticket holders only in the future, because we want to restrict that. The more we restrict it, the less it dilutes things, and the better results you guys get. And that's the whole idea behind this whole thing. So no, there is no pressure from us. Okay, we have absolutely no pressure. You guys can come. You should come. In my opinion, it makes sense to. And yes, you get to network with all these people, and you get to meet all these nice people. You get to talk to Aaron Andrews and Josh Jacobs, and you talk to Kenya about things. And I don't know if that's worth a whole lot to you guys. No. Listen, I mean that very genuinely. Listen. No, hold on. You shouldn't get upset about it. I'm telling you very genuinely. I don't know how much that is worth to you guys. For some of you, that's going to generate an additional $1 million next year. Okay, it will happen for some people. It happened due to the last 2 events. For some of you, it might not do anything physically. Okay, but you will, from all the other things that I just mentioned, you will get a very real, calculable value out of that. While the value that you would get out of meeting these people and networking with them and learning from them, that's invaluable, that's incalculable. So I was trying to compliment you guys. You guys like get upset so fast. Just like, come on. What happened to all your mindset training about being positive, Kenya? Like you like immediately go into a rage mode with me. Okay, so I was just trying to compliment you guys and saying that was nice. So and Josh, you can unmute yourself.
Can I say something real quick, though, seriously, about the event? Do you mind?
We don't mind at all, but you do have some background like gremlins. I don't know why that is.
I do. You hear about that? Yeah.
At least she's eating fresh.
I don't hear anything on my end. It might be someone else's mic.
It's all you can.
It really, Kenya, it is you. When you talk, it's all garbled.
Oh, weird. Okay, I'm going to mute myself again.
Bye.
I wanted to make another joke. You know what?
I really
I'll make
wanted
the
to hear what
joke,
you had to
but
say,
everybody
Jay.
now knows. At least everybody knows that I mean that purely as a nice joke. But I was going to say when we said that it all sounds garbled, we were like, not that that's very different from what it usually sounds like. But that was just a joke, and I did not.
You are so mean.
I even gave a disclaimer before I made the joke this time.
That's horrible, because this is important.
It is. I'm really sorry. I really want you to be able to talk. Can you switch out your mic really quick, or can you get on from a different computer or something?
Let me try. Yeah, I'm on my hold on.
I'll say something real quick while she's getting her new mic. I am just really excited about the comp plan not being, a diminishing percentage. I mean, I think that's a huge thing which you guys have been talking about all night, but I just want to tell everybody again, I mean, that is such a big thing. The fact that the comp plan is not going to diminish in percentages as it goes down, as you get deeper, I mean, that's really big. When I first got into this industry when I was like 18 years old, it was implanted in my brain that, you know, the deeper you build, the more money you're going to make. And, you know, that's obviously not true with our current comp plan, but, you know, I'm very confident that when this new comp plan launches, things are going to change for a lot of affiliates. And I'm very excited.
Yeah, as you well should be. And just to address this point, because somebody did ask this as a question, and I think I thought it was going to be fairly obvious, but anybody that is currently in your organization, you do get credited for them in this new system. When we transport you over into this new compensation plan, your team follows you into it. Your team will continue working with you under you as it is. There are going to be some, you know, we're going to make some other changes as well. We're letting you know up front. There are going to be some other changes as well. All good. I mean, in our opinion, honestly, we try to make only good changes. I think everybody is tired of experimenting with unknown change, and then it turns out to be change that you cannot believe in. But my non-political take on this is that we have some more changes that we'll discuss and some more things that we're going to talk about in future webinars. But we're doing these early. We're giving you guys, now you're the affiliates and you're the only people who know about the stuff. We haven't talked about everybody at large about this. We're showing you this stuff and we're explaining this stuff because we want to start working on your strategy and working on what you will be doing in the future to build this up. Here is one big reason why I think this is important for you to learn and know. You will, if you've noticed, a lot of our affiliate webinars have been about very high-level trainings on online marketing, things that are really designed to make you like a mass marketer. And in this new system, you would no longer need that. You know, until now, in our current system, you actually needed to be a successful mass marketer before you could be successful. In our new model, you don't need to be. In our new model, you can be the average person who just has a cousin and an uncle who are interested in this eBay thing that you're doing or this Amazon thing that you're doing, and it's okay for you to have just that be your referrals. You don't need to spend your time learning how to be a tremendous Facebook retargeter or how to send, you know, do all this emailing stuff and whatnot. So you have a lot more freedom in this particular scenario for you to be able to do what you need to do, okay, and to get to the points that you want to get to. So I see Kenya is back on, and we'll try and see if she is a little more pleasant to listen to now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, and remarkably, yes, we can hear you, Kenya, and remarkably, it's just as much static as before.
Wow. Okay, I'll just post it on Facebook.
I'm so sorry. You know what? Why don't we just talk anyway? You know what, everybody, let's just have our static filters on, and let's listen to the words that she's speaking. Please go ahead, Kenya.
You're hilarious. Now, if you guys can understand what I'm saying, I don't know what you hear, but I want to urge you all to get to the event, and the reason is that we can show you on videos all you want, you know, different things that are going to make you money, but ultimately, it's scientifically proven that when you do something hands-on and you physically learn by, even if you're making mistakes as you're learning, you learn more and you get it more and you become better at it. So because this is a workshop type thing, it's really going to change what happens in your business. And, you know, we have kids and we know it's Halloween weekend, we get it, but we're bringing our kids and they're going to have a blast because this hotel is ridiculous when it comes to what they offer for families because, you know, I had to look at that. And so I just don't want you all to let that discourage you from coming. Make the effort. We're driving from Texas. It's going to be a great little family vacation. So, you know, don't let it hold you back. It's going to be super important. And also just want to say how excited I am about what we're doing in DS. Hitesh, Kevin, and Jason have really done something incredible here. Most of the people on this call, I would I mean, I don't want to speak for Josh and Aaron, but in talking with them, none of, we didn't join it for the comp plan. We joined it for the solution that it brought to the table for the majority of people. As they said, you can just, anyone can make money, and because of that, it was attractive to us, because in the industry that we came from, it was difficult to watch so many people not succeed. And we all wanted to help people, but the old comp plan, the way it is now, it wasn't rewarding us for that. And, you work and work and work, and you can get tired. So we are extremely excited about what's going to happen here. And it's not just the way it's set up. It's not just success for the guys that can recruit a whole bunch of people. Like Hitesh said, you can literally do well by recruiting your uncle and your brother. So that's all I wanted to say, just reiterate some of that. I'm excited. I hope to see you all at the event. We're making our travel plans as we speak.
Hey, Hitesh.
Yep.
So yeah, I can reiterate that a little bit too, because I've been in this industry a long time. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I mean, I've been in this industry a long time. I've built big teams in other companies. I've worked with other companies also, and that's the same reason why I came here, because I'm able to do this stuff, and the comp plan as it is now, like Hitesh mentioned, you have to be a mass affiliate or a semi-mass affiliate in order to make a large income. And I brought my team here because it's a solution. I mean, there are people that are making really, really big money here, and for those of you that were at the event in Dallas, there were huge checks on stage for people that are from the product side. So I mean, we're all affiliates here, but the product side is amazing here also. And from an affiliate side, I can feel really, really good about going out and recruiting, sharing, selling this solution to somebody and getting paid for it, because I know if they put this small amount of work in that needs to be done, they're going to win. So I mean, that's why I came here. I like the Kenya and the Josh and Sean and Trent and a lot of the other guys. We can go anywhere, but we stay here because of the solution that we have from the product side and the leadership, and now the amazing comp plan that we have coming into play here. So I mean, that speaks a lot. I mean, the solution that we have here from the product side as it continues to evolve and evolve. So we got something really special here, guys.
Can I add on to that real quick? I completely agree, and I was really thinking about it the other day. Some of you may have saw this Facebook post that I made, but a lot of people don't, for whatever reason, maybe they don't share the opportunity with everybody, but my whole thing is, why not share the opportunity with every single person you know? Because what I've realized over the last 2 years of being with DSD is people's lives really do change, and obviously that's not a guarantee that everybody's life is going to change. But I was just sitting there, kind of just going through my downline view and just looking, and it was like, this person is now full-time making money on Amazon and with the affiliate side. This person is now full-time on Amazon. This person sold their business. This person didn't need to get a job after college. There's just so many people whose lives have completely changed. And, if nobody would have introduced us to it, our lives wouldn't have changed. The people we introduced it to's lives wouldn't have changed. So I just want to encourage you all to just share with everybody, because, you never know whose life you're going to change.
It's very true. If I could just give you one statistical thing, and by the way, despite the static noise and stuff, that was very nice, Kenya. That was very kind of you to say what you did. It's so I'd once given this statistic a while back, and we get to see the numbers rolling here in the background, rolling around on the eBay sales being made by our members, by our new members. eBay sales being made by our new members who are new in the tracking, and that's not even the whole percentage of them. I mean, it's just crazy numbers. So I was looking at the numbers, I was calculating backwards and all that stuff, and one of the things that I ran this calculation about 4 months ago, and we came up with the number that roughly 6,000 households currently generate a full-time income through DSD. In affiliate side, in the eBay side, in the Amazon side, and all of these things combined. And there are a lot of people who actually came in DSD, did it for a while, and then they even dropped out because they built out massive businesses of their own by that time. And I just want to consider the impact of stuff like that. When you actually have the number of people that are now involved, are able to do full-time stuff, the jobs that it opens up in the economy, the jobs that it opens up through those people then having jobs, and so on and so forth, it's a chain reaction. It's really neat. It's just awesome to see. And that's why I said this is, I hate attaching this, I hate using this revolutionary shtick. Okay, because that's one of the things that MLM companies are known for. Like they come up with coffee and they're like, we're going to revolutionize the world. We have coffee. And I'm like, come on, guys. I mean, people have had that for like 5,000 years to stop it. So they always want to talk about how everything is a revolution. In our situation, it is a revolution, but we don't want to talk about it like that because it kind of cheapens it. It's a very real thing. It's a very personal, real thing for a lot of people. We get a lot of messages. We get emails. We get Facebook messages, we get support tickets at times. Note that I said at times, usually support tickets are not super encouraging, but the other messages are. It's just very interesting to us to see this play out, to see what has happened over time from this, to see that we were not some misguided fools in trying to build a company away from the MLM model. And now we are really seeing vindication even of this desire to, on the compensation side, to bring out something that really just kind of demolishes this industry's greed as a whole, because I just think it'll be very interesting to see. So I'm very interested in watching this even just as a phenomena unfold. What's going to happen? What's going to be the user behavior from now on? How are they going to apply this? What will be the real world effect of this? What will be the next country where the massive number of users are going to come from? All of those things are very interesting to see, and I'm sure Kevin is very interested in that. I think everybody's interested in trying to just see what happens next with this DSD thing. So all in all, I think you all should have much easier goals to hit. You all should have some very definable behavior patterns from now on. You know what you want to do. You want to bring in people, help them set up their e-commerce business, and then immediately help them focus on generating some volume. Duplication basically is what you need to be focused on. And especially, there is a behavior pattern that we're also building around. Another thing, like I mentioned, 90 to 120 days is really what average people do in any company. We're building a whole behavior pattern also around 90 days. Now, 90 days is the amount of time that it takes for an international person to mature their eBay account to be able to sell on ebay.com. It's the amount of time, roughly, that it takes you to go through all of the initial tests by Amazon to get ungated for different categories and really establish yourself as a true business owner. Not that you can't do it much faster than it. I mean, people make money in their first week, but I'm talking about true business establishment. Okay, so you can establish yourself as an FBA seller quite well by that time in 90 days. You also have a 90-day duplication strategy following that same criteria. Within 90 days, if you hit one of our ranks, a mid-level rank that we have on the affiliate side, then we actually literally hand you a $10,000 bonus because you did it within 90 days. Okay, so our aim is to encourage this 90-day flow. We're going to get you to break even as quickly as possible, get you profitable as quickly as possible. Now it's time to not sit around though. It's time for you to move on and hit the next rank and hit the next rank. Use all your ambition, use all the abilities you have, pour into this for the short time that you have to get to these ranks, make a bunch of money, get to your retirement. And that should really be the flow that we all see in general. That should be the flow of our lifetime as it is. I have a graph that I want to draw, but I think we've gone well over time, so I'm not going to waste time on it right now. Maybe next time. But I have a graph that basically details what happens at different age groups and different age points. And I used to use that quite a bit to explain the affiliate side and where the affiliate side fits in. Now with this compensation plan, the affiliate side truly fits in there, where it gets you to that retirement level and you can focus on a residual thing instead of just worrying about, will I have this the next month, will I have this the next week, and so on. So that's pretty much it for this affiliate webinar. Unless you guys have some other words of wisdom to share, we will be kind of closing out.
Hey, Atash.
Mm-hmm.
Atash, you willing to
Yes.
leak out any? You willing to leak out any ETA of when some of this or a lot of this is going to roll out?
At the event. At the event. I just said all of this is going to will be happening at the event.
I must have missed that. I'm sorry.
And yeah, no. And I need to clarify one more point. I clarified this over and over, but I want to make this very, very clear. In the new compensation plan, what's happening? The new compensation plan is not about counting people alone. Okay, this is every compensation plan out there is a number counting machine. You treat people like numbers, you use them like little subjects, and you run through them as quickly as you can to hit your ranks. That is not the way this compensation plan is going to reward you. This is no longer a number game of how many people can you get in. This is a game of how many successful people can you create. It's a totally different ballgame. Everything, your rankings are actually determined by the total volume generated in your team. Okay, not the number of people you necessarily bring in. So people who are at different levels, people who graduate from the basic eBay selling and move on to more additional automation stuff, and then who move on to doing full-time FBA, they are worth more as volume in the system. So you want to generate success stories. When people do this retail stuff, that's more volume in your system, in your organization as a whole. When people are selling on eBay successfully, that's more volume for you. So I want to make this very clear. This is not just a matter of how many people do I bring in. So the question should not be how many people do I need to bring in so that I am at X level. The question is how much volume do I need to be at X level, and what are my different options to make that happen? Do I make that happen more by focusing on the e-commerce side, or do I focus on the marketplace side, or focus on the storefront side, or what is the easiest duplicable method, which is I focus on getting beginner bonus qualified by getting 2 people, and then help those 2 people get beginner bonus qualified by helping them get 2 people. And if I just do that, does that duplication result in me hitting that rank too? So this is not just a pure quantity game at all anymore. And I'm sure you can see why. We have people in here who are making $1 million a month in sales on their e-commerce side. Surely, for you to have referred a customer like that should be rewarded differently than you to bring in somebody who joins and creates an account, doesn't really do anything, and 3 months later cancels. So there is a difference even in how you're rewarded on that level. Okay, and I think this gets lost on people quite a bit because you don't realize that the customers in this thing are actually valuable. This is not a money game. This is not about referring people and having them refer people and that's the end of it. This is about you nurturing true businesses for your team members, treating them like family, working together. And in many cases, your team members might end up being family because those are the people who will be the closest to you. Those are the people who are going to see your success. They're going to value it. And those are people you will want to share your success with. So all of the stuff is going to roll out at the event. You're going to see this happen. And one of the big reasons why it's going to happen at the event is, as you can see, we've already spent an hour and a half, and we have scratched the surface of some of the things that are coming out. There are literally 3 gigantic aspects that we have not even talked about yet that are going to be happening. And we haven't even shown you all the different ranks and what those mean. And the payouts that we showed you are, I think, what, 30% of the total payout so far, Kevin, something like that? Because there are your major sources of income in the affiliate compensation side we haven't even discussed yet. The reason why we want to do this at the event is we need undivided attention of our users sitting there or watching it on video and actually seeing this whole thing laid out, the whole thing played out, the whole thing explained through live presentations and through live scenarios and so on and so forth. Okay, so that is why we are very insistent. Treat this event like a business conference that is going to make a gigantic difference in your financial side in a very real sense. Okay, I'm not referring to the motivational and mindset and the emotional and the networking aspects. Those will be very valuable to some, not very valuable to others. I'm talking about the real world actual application of the stuff. Okay, so next time we will go over my graph, which I think is a beautiful graph. It's something that anybody who has studied macroeconomics would understand very quickly, and they will be it'll just be great. So that would be that.
Yeah, this is great, and I'll tell you, I want to give a big shout out to anyone who's been with us since the beginning and is on this call right now. I just had a comment on Facebook from Ryan. He's been here from the beginning and has seen us go through so many changes, and at every step of the way he's been with us. And I just want to take a minute and say thank you. I mean, to those of you on this call that have been here with us since. I mean, Cindy, Norman, Gerald, Anita, Nedra, Brian, Pat, Angela. I mean, look at this list, Hitesh. They've been with us since first week of 2013. Brian, I mean, thank you. Thanks for being here with us. Thanks for going on this journey with us. And you've seen all the changes that we've made, and you've stuck with us throughout those changes. Every company goes through challenges their first couple of years. We were not immune to that, and you witnessed that. And here you are, and we're coming into a new era of how we do things, how we can help people make even more of an income and change their lives. And so for those of you who have been with us that long, I mean, there's dozens of people on the call, and that is very humbling. I mean, thank you. This is something that's really drives us and motivates us to do better by you guys. So I appreciate you all. I mean, 2013. Look how many people were here since 2013 when we started.
I know. And that also speaks to what we were talking about before. We tried to build a company that was based around the success of our members. You don't see this happening with most of the. I mean, these are not people who have 5,000 people referred in the company or something like that. These are people who just have access to a legitimate system and they understand it, and that's why we really value them. Because they are not here for just the hype and they're not looking to just jump around. They're here because they see there is something to be said about a company or an ownership or about a system that is designed for the average user. I mean, you know what? Look at what happens in political campaigns. Every politician sings the same tune. They all talk about how they're going to help the middle class and how they're blah, 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 blah. The reason they do that is because they know that they have to appeal to the average person. And then everybody hates politicians because almost none of them actually follow through on that. And that's the same thing that happens here. Every company talks about how they're about the average person achieving freedom in their life. And they show you pictures of people vacationing who are typically models and shouldn't really be counted as average people anyway. And then when people actually see what we have done and what we have been building towards and what we've been working towards, they see that this is a very legitimate thing. And this is actually geared for the average user. And that's why so many people stick around, because they see that value in it. And I hope that we are able to fulfill that as we go forward. I think all of this speaks to it. And I'm very excited about seeing that happen. But that is where we are. I think that's where things are from our perspective. So thank you very much for sticking by us. And thank you very much for traveling with us on all of this stuff and helping us grow to where we are, because honestly what gives us such tremendous leverage right now is the kind of volume that our users are driving. Nobody takes us lightly when they hear that our users have done $2 billion in sales. Okay, nobody just says, oh, okay, you must be some lightweights. They're like, oh, okay, we want to work with you. What can we do to work with you? And that's how we're able to do a lot of this stuff for you guys. So thank you very much for working hard on your businesses. I know many of the times your success is because it's your business. It's not necessarily because of what you learned or what you use in DSD alone. It's because of you working hard on your business as well. And we do recognize that. We do appreciate that about you, and we'll continue trying to appreciate that as we go forward.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful. I love it. Awesome. Awesome.
All right. We're an hour and a half in. So let's go ahead. We have a lot of work to do. So let's have Kenya, if you want to say anything before we go. And,
she's gone.
Aaron and Josh.
Natasha Kenya is gone. Yeah, she's gone.
Oh, okay. I just see muted still.
Yeah.
Same thing. Just thank everybody and thank you guys for always trying to constantly improve things.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, same thing here. Thanks for constantly improving, and thanks for, all those nights of no sleep. Both of you guys. I mean, and then the rest of Jason, Dash, Kevin. I mean, just thanks. I mean, I'm watching the comments roll through here, and all is good. I mean, everyone speaks the same. You know, we all appreciate it.
Awesome. And well, it looks like we generated another 50 leads during the course of the webinar. So while you guys were listening to us chatter away, you did get some real world value in form of some leads. So I hope that this is this continues to go as it is going. And we will see you guys on the next webinar, which should be next week, Thursday. And we will talk with you soon.
Thanks, guys.
Everybody.
Good night, guys.
Okay, good night.